Imagine a bloodstained letter dropped into a mailbox by a dying man. No return address, no explanation, just a desperate cry for help. That's how Dead Mail kicks off. And from there, things only spiral deeper into obsession, mystery, and madness. Set in the eerie glow of the 1980s, this Shudder original might seem like your typical crime thriller at first, but trust us, it's anything but. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. Today, we're diving deep into the twisted psyche behind Dead Mail. From unhinged obsessions and haunting regrets to the hidden past that pushed one man over the edge. Let's break down everything you might have missed, unravel the film's shocking ending, and decode the meaning behind Trent's final tragic decision. Buckle up, this one gets dark. Josh and the Dream of Sound meet Josh. He's an idealistic musician and engineer in the 1980s, someone who's trying to build a new kind of synthesizer. He's brilliant, creative, but ignored. At a synthesizer merchant market, Josh tries to pitch his work in progress to investors, hoping someone will believe in his vision. No one does. The Japanese developers are years ahead and everyone else just laughs at his prototype. Then Trent appears. Trent watches Josh from the crowd, seeing in him not just a struggling artist, but something more. Someone who, like him, might be lost and overlooked by the world. After the presentation, Trent approaches Josh. Unlike the others, he doesn't mock him, he encourages him. And when Josh seems unsure of his future, Trent makes a bold offer. Let's build it together. I'll help fund it. Desperate for support, Josh agrees. At first, things go well. Trent buys equipment. He listens to Josh's music with genuine admiration, but there's something strange about him. He's too intense, too emotionally attached, and he keeps revisiting an old photo album, pausing at one picture, a black man named Reggie, someone clearly tied to Trent's past, someone who left a deep scar.
Lock the damn door! Trent, come on, man!
When support turns into possession, Josh sees Trent as a quirky but well-meaning sponsor. Trent sees Josh as a second chance at something he lost long ago, a deep emotional connection that slipped away. But that connection starts to break when a Japanese company notices Josh's work and invites him to Japan. For Josh, it's a breakthrough. For Trent, it's betrayal. He panics. He doubles down, buying top-grade parts and trying to lure Josh back with equipment and emotional appeals. But Josh is already packed. He's moving on, and Trent can't handle it. That's when everything shifts. Trent lures Josh into his basement studio, locks the door, and traps him inside. From this point on, Dead Mail becomes a claustrophobic psychological thriller. Josh is cut off from the world. Trent watches from above, peering through a floor window like a twisted god. Josh is devastated. This isn't just the death of a dream, it's a descent into a waking nightmare. Desperation breeds resistance. For days, Josh refuses to cooperate. He won't build the synthesizer. He won't talk to Trent. He just wants out. Eventually, he makes a daring attempt to escape, using a blowtorch to try and break down the door, but the smoke overwhelms him, and he collapses. Trent finds him unconscious and panics. He moves Josh to a washroom. Smaller, darker, harder to escape. The punishment begins. Trent provides just enough food to keep him alive. He blames Josh for trying to trick him. The man who once wanted to collaborate has now become a captor, and yet, Trent still believes they can be partners. This delusion is the most terrifying part of Dead Mail. Trent isn't a sadist. He genuinely thinks he's saving Josh, that he's the only one who truly sees him. The note that could save everything, but Josh hasn't given up. One day when Trent is distracted, he manages to unchain himself. Crawling from the washroom, he finds a scrap of paper and writes a desperate message. His name, a rough address, and a plea for help. He drags himself outside and slips it into the post box. It's a miracle moment, but Trent catches him just seconds later. He drags Josh back inside and panics. That letter could expose everything. He rushes to retrieve it, but the postal worker clears the box before he can. Trent follows the trail to the Glen Avenue post office, trying to intercept the note. That's when we meet Bess, the front desk worker, and Jasper, the Postal Service's Dead Mail investigator. Jasper's job is to solve the mystery of undeliverable letters, and he's brilliant at it. Jasper takes an interest in the letter, and soon he's on the case, but his passion for truth will cost him his life. Why did Jasper die? Jasper lives in a men's shelter, which raises questions. He's obviously educated, intelligent, and valued at his job, so why is he living in a shared home? Maybe he's recovering from a personal tragedy. Maybe he's gay, and in the 1980s, amid the AIDS crisis, he lost his partner and withdrew from society. Either way, the shelter is a place of quiet solitude for him. Trent finds Jasper at the home, pretends to be a new resident, and strikes up a conversation. Jasper, encouraged by his coworker Anne to make friends, lets his guard down. It's a fatal mistake. Later at his office, Jasper is on the phone with Renee, a foreign intelligence agent who helps him track the origins of the bloody letter. As he jots down names of people living in the area it came from, Trent approaches him, demands the letter, and kills him when he refuses to cooperate. Another postal worker, Brooks, stumbles upon the scene, and Trent kills him too. He escapes with the letter, leaving behind 2 bodies. The authorities later conclude it was a murder-suicide, but Bess and Anne aren't convinced. Bess and Anne dig deeper. Anne and Bess are more than co-workers. They're sharp, curious, and suspicious of the official story. When Renee calls, Anne reveals there was a third person in the room during the murders. Their doubts are confirmed. Renee believes the man who killed Jasper knew him from the shelter. Anne visits the men's home and finds records showing that only 4 residents had lived both there and in the area mentioned on the letter. It's not long before Trent's name is on their radar. Anne makes the risky choice to visit his house while Bess waits in the car. Inside, Trent quickly realizes who Anne is. He tries to play it cool, but Anne spots a red mail tag on the floor, one that belonged to Jasper. Everything clicks. She tries to leave, but the door is locked. She searches the house and finds the floor window, then sees Trent below, standing with a hammer in his hand. She scrambles for an escape route and stumbles upon Josh, still alive, locked in the washroom. She frees him. Now it's 2 against 1, and Trent knows he's outmatched. Instead of fighting, he lets them go, because this was never supposed to happen. He didn't want to be a killer. He just wanted to be needed. Trent's tragic goodbye. After Josh and Anne escape, Trent is alone. He eats the food he had poisoned for Josh. Slowly, his body gives in. It's a grim but fitting end. Trent knew he couldn't face prison. And more than that, he knew the illusion was over. The friendship he tried to create was based on control and delusion. It was never real. We finally learn more about Trent's past, especially his relationship with Reggie, the athlete from the photo album. Back in college, Trent was a javelin thrower. Reggie was a discus champion. They trained together, became close, and for the first time, Trent felt seen. Then, Reggie left for international competition for a bigger life. Just like Josh, Trent never recovered. He stayed frozen in time, emotionally stuck in that moment of abandonment. When he met Josh, it wasn't just admiration, it was projection. He saw Josh as someone who needed him, someone who could fix what Reggie broke. But Josh didn't need saving. He just needed a break. And Trent? He needed healing. He needed therapy. Instead, he wrapped his loneliness around another person and crushed them under the weight of his unresolved trauma. Our nerdy thoughts. At the very end of Dead Male, we see an epilogue-style credit scene showing where the characters might have ended up. But it's fictional, a playful send-off from the filmmakers, not meant to be taken literally. What really matters is what the story tells us. Loneliness can be dangerous when it curdles into obsession. Helping someone doesn't mean owning them, and sometimes the person who seems to be saving you is really just trying to save themselves. Dead Male is more than a thriller. It's a dark, twisted love letter to the people society overlooks, and a cautionary tale about what happens when the need to be seen becomes a need to possess. Thanks for watching. If you found Dead Male as haunting and thought-provoking as we did, drop a comment below. What do you think Trent really wanted? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into films that stick with you long after the credits roll. See you in the next one.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.